Welcome to Hunger Chain Simulation, also known as Hunger Games, for students to learn shortage giving, competition, and rationing. The typical scenario of shortage is mommy bird only has one worm. Who to give it to, right? We have multiple baby birds. Clearly, the one who shouted the loudest, right? Now, similarly, during pandemic, we have experienced a lot of shortages, right? Where suppliers have a limited supply, right? With many retailers or customers competing, right, for the supply. The question is how to allocate the supply efficiently and fairly. I'm going to start with why Hunger Chain, right? Specifically, how does the game address the current teaching issue? And then I'm going to talk about learning objectives, teaching plans, and share with you some of the feedbacks from instructors. There's a lot of instructors using the game. And finally, we can play a few rounds so you can get first-hand experience. Now, the Hunger Chain simulation was inspired by the COVID-19 pandemic and the shortages we experienced, right? So when I rushed to the grocery store and see what I find out, right? The entire shelf is empty, and that's for toilet papers. It never happened. So I went to check out, right? This is what I find out, right? Everybody was buying a huge amount of toilet papers. That caused the shortage, right? So we have shortages in groceries, household items, and even medical supplies, such as vaccines. The biggest problem of shortage is actually waste, right? Which is surprising, but it is true, right? For example, during the pandemic, millions of COVID-19 vaccines were wasted, right? Even as the shortages plague the other parts of the world, right? One of the reasons behind that is hoarding, right? Which is generated by shortage because people think they might need it in the future, right? And so they're going to hold it, right? Even if somebody else needs it, they will not give it out, right? These are important and contemporary topics in supply chain management education. So students need to learn how to handle it. The learning objective of the game is shortage gaming, right? As we have just discussed, and including panic orders and hoarding and supply chain competition, right? They really have to compete in the sense that, when retailers' action will affect the other retailers' payoff, right? And finally, rationing. So this is the game setup, right? So we have one supplier serving multiple retailers, and students will play the retailer teams. The retailer will place order, right? And supplier depends on the supply, will ration the supply to each of the retailers.